Stop the count now. 6 points clear in November. Wrap it up, gang. This weekend that's just passed might have been the most fulfilling weekend of my entire life. Liverpool dropped points, City dropped points, but most importantly, as you all would have known, Arsenal played Tottenham in the North London derby, and what we did to them was nothing short of absolute bullying. And it was beautiful to see. I'm going to give my thoughts on the game. I'm not going to really do it in chronological order. I found that to be a bit too robotic for me. I'm just going to sort of speak my mind, what I remember from the game, and just kind of just yap. Obviously, to start off with, we have to talk about the main man. Let it all work out. Eze, oh my days, this guy could have my children, bro. I don't understand how people can say God doesn't exist when the scripts that are being made are nothing short of incredible. You mean to tell me Eze was not only meant to go to Spurs, but Thomas Frank slagged him off by asking, oh, who's Eze? And then he bags a hat-trick in the North London derby. If you do the mathematical calculations, it was 4-1. Eze scored 3 of the goals. That means that Eze made all the difference. If Eze had signed for Spurs, who knows, it could have been 4-1 to them. Who am I kidding? These men were absolute dog shit. I've never seen a more one-sided North London derby. Genuinely, it was absolutely ridiculous. But with the way we showed out, I knew it was going to be one-sided. That light show and that tifo was the most aura-filled thing Arsenal has ever done. You know, we really made the comeback from last season because everyone was laughing at our tifo at PSG, which rightly so, because that tifo was an absolute disgrace. Like, this shit felt like the FIFA pregame. You know when you're spamming X here to get to the game? That's what it reminded me of. And honestly, seeing Arsenal turn up like that in such a big game, that's not me saying that we've never turned up in big games prior, but the way we turned up yesterday really felt like we knew we were gonna go in there and boss it. And it supports the fact that I believe after that Newcastle game away, we have really turned the corner and we know that we are the bollocks. To be fair, you could also argue that this performance was a result of the fact that Spurs cannot string together 3 passes. These men are genuinely worse than most of the non-league teams that I've played against. And these guys are on like 100 bags a month. A week, not even a month. What am I doing wrong, bro? They've got a midfield that hides from the ball for about 87 minutes of the game. And they've got Richarlison up front. I know he scored a good goal, but this guy is absolute wank. And like I said, their manager, Thomas Frank, he's going to remember who Eze is now for the next 18 seasons. But to be honest, I don't think Thomas Frank is the right man for the Tottenham job. I mean, he went from managing Brentford, a team where he could sort of play this negative brand of football, to managing Spurs, which is, let's be honest, one of the big 6. So teams are obviously more frightened of them. And I think that Thomas Frank's managing style really does not suit teams being scared of them. And to be honest, me saying that out loud now, I don't even know what he's trying to achieve with this Spurs team, because they're genuinely agonizing to watch. Look, I'm an Arsenal fan. I was supporting Arsenal during the game, but when Spurs would lose the ball after stringing about 1.3 passes together, I'd low-key be like, yo, I feel kind of bad for Spurs fans watching this game. I mean, when you deep it, these guys took an hour and 30 minutes of their time to watch the North London derby, just to watch their team complete about 17 passes throughout the whole 90 minutes. It's sad, I can't lie. But as for Arsenal, back to the main men Arsenal, that performance, everyone turned up. Every single player was good. Usually I'll have someone that I could get onto, he didn't perform well. Not that today. Everyone was fantastic. Genuinely, everybody gave at least an 8 out of 10 performance. Obviously, Trossard just keeps coming up with the goals. I said it in my video about Arsenal v Sunderland. This guy somehow is just coming up with the goals, and he's been on incredible form. Somebody check this guy's diet. Saka was good as well. In my opinion, one of his best performances of the season. Marino was very good. I think he found that role that he can play as the number 9, dropping a bit deep. I mean, that pass to Trossard was unreal. Obviously, Rice just doesn't not perform. He's never had a bad game. And obviously, Zubimendi, he played well, but obviously he did get caught out for that goal, which, let's be honest, it happens to the best players in history. So it happening to him once is not really that big of a deal. Speaking of that goal, obviously, we were in cruise control, 3-0 up at the start of the second half until... I can't lie, I started sweating. I was thinking in my head, I was having all sorts of thoughts in my head thinking, no way we're going to bottle this. There's no way we're going to bottle a 3-0 lead to Spurs at the Emirates. I was sweating, I'm gonna be honest, bro. And I have to be real, even though I said Richarlison is wank, yeah, that finish is world class. Cool, the goal's basically open and he has no one around him, but he's still got so much to do. So I have to give him my props. But for the third time, we're gonna do this 4 times at least. We're gonna go back to Arsenal and speak about our unsung hero that game, Hincapié. This guy slotted in for Gabriel. Everyone was scared. We don't have Gabriel anymore. And he slotted in perfectly. Did not look out of place at all. If anything, everyone thought Mascara would start. So when I saw Hincapié started, I was a bit like, oh, like, I wonder what Arteta's thinking. After about 15 minutes, I knew what he was thinking. He was an absolute beast. And it shows the quality of our squad that a player like that is not starting. Because let's be honest, he starts for every other Premier League team. I mean, guys, let's be honest, bro. Is the North London derby even a derby anymore? We just whoop them every single time. This is 4 in a row. This is a more impressive 4 in a row than Man City winning the Prem 4 times in a row. I don't know about you, but that's my honest opinion. And this is without players like Ødegaard, Gyökeres, Gabriel Jesus, Havertz. Like, our team is not even full strength and we're beating our biggest rivals 4-1 and absolutely peppering them. Arteta, well done. He's earned his money yesterday. The only concern I will have is I don't think some of those players should have been on the pitch for as long as they were. I don't think Saka should have finished the game, considering we have the game against Bayern in the midweek. But other than that, I mean, you really cannot nitpick anything from this performance. It was an absolutely world-class display from the boys out there. And as for Spurs, I don't even know what these men can do. Like, realistically, I don't know enough about Spurs to say, oh, they should do this. But what I saw yesterday was woeful. It was embarrassing. And all those players that played for Spurs yesterday need to look at themselves in the mirror and they need to wonder, is the game really for them? Because to look so spineless in what is probably your biggest game of the season is pathetic. But gone are the times of Harry Kane and Son bumming Arsenal, and I couldn't be more pleased. I used to shit my pants for North London derbies, I'm gonna be honest. Every time I check the score sheet, if I didn't watch the game, I'd expect to see Son and Kane there, but now obviously they're both gone. But like I said, we're gonna do this 4 times, and this is the 4th time we're going back to Arsenal. If you don't understand, I'm doing this because if you get it, like 4-1, we won 4-1 in the game, and I have to go back to Arsenal 4 times. Look, what I'm gonna say is crazy, but do you remember a fullback duo that is as good as Calafiori and Hurrien Timber in the Premier League? Because these guys have to be the most dominant fullbacks in their position that I can remember. I'm sorry, what they do to every single attacker they come up against is bullying. Not to mention the fact that we've got Lewis Skelly baking off on the bench. And the more I watch them two, the more I realize that they are such a key part of our team. You see Calafiori going into midfield in that little inverted role. You see Timber driving up that right side, sort of like a right wing back to help out Saka. And those two doing those jobs so well helps the team out massively. And if they keep playing like this and they don't get injuries, which I pray that they don't, bro, I don't know, bro. If we beat Chelsea next week and City and Liverpool drop points again, we could be 9 points clear by December, which is ridiculous to say, and I genuinely don't think any team is consistent enough to even catch us. Like, I get football can change a lot within 2-3 games, I completely agree, but no team that is challenging with us can be trusted enough to be consistent for those 2-3 games that they would need to be to catch us. Which is why I genuinely think, this isn't even me being a delusional Arsenal fan, whatever, but I think the Premier League is really ours to lose this season. And I think by January, we could have it almost wrapped up. But other than that, folks, that's all I have time for today. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs up anyway. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to see another video that's similar to this one, it'll be right on the screen right about now. I don't know if I timed that well. That's my first time doing that. But yeah, enjoy it, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Love you and peace.